State your name.
Hytham Hijazi.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will
and that I will
be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
be faithful and to allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws of thereof,
and that I will
and that I will
support the Charter and laws of Prince George's County,
support the charters and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill
to the best of my skill
and judgment,
and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of
execute the office of
Director of the Department of Permitting,
Director of the Department of Permitting,
Inspection and Enforcement for Prince George's County,
Inspection and Enforcement for Prince George's County, according
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and the Charter and laws of Prince George's County.
and the charters and laws of Prince George's County.
And our new director for the Department of the Environment, Adam Ortiz.
Thanks. Good morning. It's good to see everybody. I feel like I'm at a wedding because the one family is on this side and then the other family is on this side. But I'm glad that we can come together in our holy effort to move the county forward. But it's a tremendous pleasure, and I have a lot to say, but I'll keep it fairly brief. It's a tremendous privilege, probably the greatest privilege, to be able to serve in public service. It's not the highest paid, but it's certainly the highest reward way that we can spend, as I said earlier, our time, labor, and love, the most precious resources we have on this short time here on earth. This county I've been in for some time now, and to be able to work for it every day is, something I wake up and get excited about. And I have to give a special thanks, and this is customary to do that, but truly to you, Mr. Baker. For a long time, you've been a tremendous friend and mentor, and I've been following your footsteps and learning from you, and I will continue to. But I appreciate you and your example and your confidence in me, despite your doubts at times. But it's an honor to work for great people, and great people aren't always commonplace in public service. So it's a tremendous pleasure. I also want to say, going forward, we have, we've been talking about the new agency of DPI, but there's a new agency called DER that's born this month. And we're very aggressively doing great things. And I'm looking at all this talented staff that we have. In the 9 months I've been there, we've been very clear about raising the bar and competing and complying with things that we're supposed to comply, but also being an example and a beacon to other places. And you've all stepped up. And, I'm, in some ways a figurehead, in some ways a manager, but you all have the oars in the water. You get the stuff done. I have tremendous confidence in you and also a tremendous appreciation. So I'm very thankful. I also want to congratulate Shirley Poston on her confirmation today, since she's my boss, who I report to all the time. But I do appreciate you, Shirley, in the way that you manage this crazy schedule and all this crazy work that we're trying to do. So I'm really excited about stepping forward and really putting Prince George's County back out in front. I'm thrilled to have Larry Kaufman here. If you do a search on Larry or do a search on rain gardens, Larry's name comes up from like 1996. That was the day the internet was invented, and they were already writing about Larry's work and what he's done. So I'm tremendously thankful that we have such talent here. I also want to say one of the things I'm really excited about, and I get excited about every day, is when I get emails from residents, and I'm able to type, "Thank you for your concern about code enforcement. I'm happy to be forwarding this email to Hytham Hijazi, who will take care of your issue forthwith." So that's a great part of the day. And actually, while I was in the room waiting for the council to come in, I did get another one. You can see my scribble. It's 1109 60th Avenue, Hytham. There's some code enforcement issues, so stay tuned on that. I also want to just appreciate some of the other folks in the room. There's been a lot happening since I've been in this position for these 9 months. But there's a lot of people who are making things happen. And as I said earlier, we're the government, but we're just the government. There's only so much we can do. We can't really succeed in virtually anything we're trying to do without the buy-in and empowerment of our residents and community leaders who've stepped up and also have skin in the game, and to give them the support and confidence to succeed. So it's good to see you, Mayor Goodall, and the example of everything that you're doing in Forest Heights. Look forward to working with you more in this new capacity. You've been great. And then a big trial by fire. I think maybe you're the only other person who's been in a room of like 40 pastors who are angry at you. But I did have that experience a few months ago about the stormwater bill, and I just that's a very intimidating. Has anybody else ever been in that situation? That's an intimidating situation. But we had important work to do to carry out the mandates to make sure our environment is clean. And I have to thank you, Majette, and you, Pastor Thomas, for being real partners and working with me and our staff to really get past a lot of this needless conflict and false assumptions about the things that we have to do, and that we truly can come together across different perspectives to do great things. So I do want to express my sincere thanks to you, and I really look forward to working with you more. We do have our bill. So our big bill on this new stormwater fee is this afternoon. It's CB 45 and then CR 59. It's like 8th on the agenda, which means it will probably take place at 9 p.m. So I did invite the two of you to just come up and kill time before that bill is up. But I do appreciate you. I also want to express my appreciation and support to Carla Reed. She's always listened. She's always given tremendous feedback and support, and also great vision. And I know it's been a little bit of a leap of faith having me jump in this position and try to do all the crazy things we're doing. But you've been there. You've been honest and straightforward with your feedback, and it's just good to have you by my side. I appreciate that tremendously. And I'll say the same for Brad, even though he's not in the room. Brad Seaman has been open to every crazy idea. He pushes back tough, but we have a lot to do here in a short period of time. So we do have to ask tough questions. We do have to take some chances if we're going to move forward. So although I admire Hytham, I'm not going to have a 20-minute speech. I'm going to keep it at 17 minutes and stop here. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland, and support the Constitution and laws thereof, and that I will support the Charter and laws of Prince George's County, and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Director of the Department of Environmental Resources for Prince George's County, according to the Constitution and laws of this state, and the Charter and laws of Prince George's County. Congratulations.
I want to just thank you for being willing to serve. These are all very important appointments for us. You should know that we take every appointment very seriously. So each and every one of you have been, as I'm sure you found as you were going through the process, have been put through the ringer. But we do it because we want the best for Prince George's County. And as I said to the last group, the idea of this administration is not that we put people in place to help us while I'm in office, that we put people in place to help us for when we're gone. Because it is our job to build a structure. And we want to leave a testament for the future. And that's really why we've asked you to sacrifice your time, your family time, your business time, your expertise to help us make this county better and to help us make this county great. So we look forward to swearing you in. More importantly, we look forward to giving you a lot of work to do. But we know you're up to the task, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much. With that, we'll bring up, which is the first group? Revenue. Mr. Franklin, Mr. McFadden. Come on up.
think that's generally the tradition they go with.
Okay, and repeat after me. I, and state your names,
Charles McFadden,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and the laws thereof,
and that I will support the charter and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will support the charters and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will,
to
to the best of my skill and judgment,
the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Revenue Authority for Prince George's County, according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County.
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will support the charter and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will support the charter and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will,
to
to the best of my skill and judgment,
the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Commissioner of Fire Commission for Prince George's County,
execute the office of Commissioner, Fire Commission of Prince George's County,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County.
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County.
Congratulations.
I, state your name,
Cassandra Burkhalter,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of
and
Maryland,
bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will support the charter and laws of Prince George's
and
County,
that I will support the charter and laws of Prince George's County,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Board of Ethics for Prince George's County, according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County.
and the charter and laws of Prince George's County. Thank you. Yay!